Tonight we're talking about King Wenceslas. Now, who is King Wenceslas and why are we talking about him during Christmas? First of all, he's the subject of a very popular Christmas carol called Good King Wenceslas. Sorry, it's kind of out of here. And so that's why we're talking about him today. So, the carol of Good King Wenceslas tells the story of a Bohemian king, which is Bohemia is the modern-day Czech Republic, who goes on a journey braving the harsh winter to give alms, or basically like donations, so food, money, that kind of thing, to poor peasants on the Feast of St. Stephen's, which is December 26th. Now, during the journey, his page, and they tell us in the song, or page is a male attendant, about to give up against the cold weather, but he ends up finding the king's footprints, and he is able to, link up with his king. So, this story, this song, is based off Saint Wenceslas I, Duke of Bohemia. So he was not actually a king; he was a duke. He would actually be martyred and sainted after his death in the 10th century, and we'll get to that in a minute. Now, there were 4 biographies actually written about King Wenceslas after his death, so that shows that he was a very popular figure over there in the Czech Republic. But the interesting thing is, while he's considered a saint and a martyr in the Christian faith, he did not come from a Christian family. Not that that matters these days, but this is just the interesting fact, being that Christmas is a primarily Christian holiday. So he would actually be converted to Christianity. His mother was the daughter of a pagan tribal chief, and she would actually be baptized, and so when he's born, he's Christian. Wenceslas's father would die, leaving a power vacuum, so there was nobody to really be in power. So his mother would actually take over as regent and then rule for him until he becomes of age. Then when he becomes of age, he banishes her. And let me tell you something about these royals. It is like Game of Thrones. Like, it's rough out here in these streets. But you'll see how rough it gets for King Wenceslas and his family. So his mother would be banished, and his grandmother would actually be killed by assassins due to, I guess, power struggle. So even still, Wenceslas is still ruler, and following his mother's ruling and then her being banished, the country will be split in half. So Wenceslas gets one end, and his brother Boleslas, I think that's how that's pronounced, got the other end of the country. Now, Boleslas wanted more land. So what did he do? He had his brother murdered, assassinated, in September of 935. And they actually have the exact date. So this is September the 28th of that year. And there were actually 3 nobles who assisted in the killing of Wenceslas. And unfortunately, can I say unfortunately? Well, yeah, unfortunately, and also quite triflingly, if that's a word, Boleslas is going to run his brother through. Like, he was like, okay, let me do this. Y'all stand back. My brother real quick. And this is what leads to Wenceslas becoming a martyr and a saint. Wenceslas's life and story also has another legend attached to it that isn't so much a Christian or Christmas tradition or story, as it is more of it's more for the people of the Czech Republic. So there is a statue in Prague, I believe, and it's said that when the Czech Republic is in need, Wenceslas will come to life and raise a sleeping army and reveal the legendary sword to bring peace to the land. It's also given King Arthur, which I thought was cool. But yeah, so that is a little bit of King Wenceslas. And the article I got some of this information from is like, did you know you were singing a carol about a dead guy? And yeah, that's crazy. Like, I've always heard the song but never knew who that was. I even played the song in the band when I was in the band in middle school, but never knew who exactly Wenceslas was until like I actually did some research and saw, oh, okay. But yeah, so I will see you on the next Painted Haint. And actually, these Painted Haints, I'm going to be talking about carols and Christmas songs that we sing and have no idea what it's about. Like there's a few where I'm like, wow. Like the Huron Carol, that's the next one we're gonna talk about. Wow. Just wow. Coventry Carol's another dark one. But anyways, I will see you all later. Merry Christmas.